Okay, folks, this is Colin from Kincaid Outdoors. I'm not sure if anybody's going to show for this one, but who knows? Let's see here. What's I'm hoping there's going to be more people showing up than just me, but hey, you never know. Usually I'm on Jason's live, so not sure why he went earlier. Hey, Doug, how you doing? All right, bring on the noise. Well, I missed out on Jason's live apparently by just a little while, so I guess I'm going to go on myself to cover the rest of the evening. I'm glad you can make it, Doug. Please share this out if you would, please. Trying to, give me some, more time. I'm just trying to see what's going on, what's going on with everybody else, and fun stuff. I'm not sure what kind of noise you're looking for, Doug, but I'm doing the best I can with what I got. So, sorry, I'm just trying to share this out so I can get some more people in. I kind of missed out on Jason's live because he went live earlier than he usually does. So I'm here just to fill my normal gap where I usually sit in with him. So hope things are going well with you, South. I hope things are nice down your way. I don't check the weather. If I want to check the weather, I look outside. That's the kind of person I am. Other than that, that's not much else going on. Didn't have any planned chats for the night. I mean, usually then sitting in with Jason and Cliff doing their different chats about their gardening and stuff like that. But I know, hey, Molly. Okay, that's fine, Molly. I'm glad you made it. So hi. I think so, Doug. I'm not sure, but I mean, my oh, got a message on Facebook. Hold on. Yeah, Jeff won't be able to make it because he's on the phone with Jamie as per usual. I'm glad you at least popped in and say hi, Molly. I really appreciate it. You guys went on way earlier than I was expecting because we were kind of stuck in Des Moines for a little bit. We had some stuff we had to take care of, but we're back home now. Just finished supper right before we normally see you go live. So there's that. I did have some interesting things come into our shop there at the DAV thrift store today. I'm not sure if anybody's interested in hearing about any of that stuff. I can give you a thrift shop rundown if you're interested, but if you're not, that's okay too. Just seeing, let me check something. Oh, Jeff messaged me again. Okay, let me check one more thing. Checking my channel here. I'm not sure on the new people. Let me check my studio. I am down a couple of people, but I'm down to 1,009. My watch time hours are up. My views are down. And according to my analytics for YouTube AdSense, I'm there. I made it. I should be getting a payment soon. Hey, I made over the $100 mark. So I should be getting paid soon. Thank you, Doug. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Hon, I made the mark. I don't know when it's going to pop in, but I did make the $100 mark. So I should be getting my second paycheck ever from YouTube. Woohoo! Yeah. Again, I'm getting $100.96. So woohoo! But that's probably not going to be till the last part of the month. So hopefully within the next 15 days, I might get a check. So there's that. I really appreciate you spreading the word, Doug. It means a lot. I'd like to learn, get more people involved. You guys tell me what you're interested in hearing from me about. I mean, we talked about foraging and stuff like that yesterday, which, I'm not sure if you guys looked up if there's any foraging laws in your state or not. I do know that Iowa is a little different. Apparently, there is a law on the books in Des Moines that you can actually forage for wild edibles in the city of Des Moines without being, intrusive or anything like that. So you wouldn't have to worry about being bothered. So that's pretty cool. But that was yesterday's topic. I'm not sure what topic you guys want to start with today. I'm just kind of rehashing information from the last few lives that I've had. Hey, Cecilia, how you doing? Glad you can make it. I normally am on, Jason's live about now, and he ended his live about 26 minutes before I even got home. So that's why I'm live right now. So I missed his live because he went on early. I know they're doing stuff, so that's understandable. So I had time to fill, so I figured I'd fill it. Actually, I have some questions for you, Cecilia. One of my topics from yesterday that I was talking about is food procurement in a bug out situation. That's the basic topic. Whether it would be by hunting, fishing, scavenging, foraging, and scrounging. Scrounging and scavenging seem similar, but they're not quite the same. But if you have any information or insights on that particular topic, I would greatly love to hear it. Because in a bug out situation, you're not at home. You are limited to the food that you have on you and whoever's with you has on them, and whatever you can acquire in your bug out situation, whether you're going to your bug out location, you're going to go meet up with others, then bug out from there, or you're just trying to get as far away from a bad situation as you possibly can. So, and what you're trying to pick up along the way, not necessarily canned goods or processed foods or anything like that, but you never know. I will not go into the politics part, Doug. Plain and simple. Politics will stay off this channel. That may work for them. I have no interest in that. Yep. Okay, you're in the bug in situation, which I understand. Jenny and I will, and maybe possibly Ian, would probably be more of the lines of bugging in as long as we can, then bugging out to our chosen location. Now, in our current state, Jenny walks better than I do, but I'm more prepared than she is. So we're going to have to balance out our gear, which is why I built her a bug out bag. Now, the bag I got her may not be the bag she takes off with, but because I do have another backpack, which I would upgrade the one I got her for a better one, lighter, more capable of holding more. Hey, it's Mandy. Hey, Mandy.
It's a me.
Glad you can make it. Or I'm going to say, hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I've just finished work.
Well, welcome home then.
Well, I'm still at work. I'm waiting on one more truckload of soil conditioner to be delivered, but I finish at 10 today instead of 11 because I've got to come back this afternoon and fix the lights. So while I'm waiting, I thought I'd jump up and say hi.
Hi. Yeah, I'm not sure if you caught my live yesterday or not.
No, I was pretty busy and I had the boss down yesterday, so I had a lot going on.
Oh, that's perfectly understandable. Work and life becomes before all this anyway. And one
Yeah.
of the things we were talking, which might be a lot different in your area since you're in another continent altogether, is we were talking about food procurement in a bug out type situation. Now, food procurement can mean a lot of different things, from hunting and fishing, which is everybody's standard thought, to scavenging, scrounging, or foraging. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know the wild edibles in your particular area because
I
I
have
live
no idea.
in Australia. So we do have a book that I was showing off yesterday that I'm not sure if they might have a version of it in your
I
country.
know they do. I know they do. There's one that was done by the Indigenous,
There's
which you'd honestly listen to them before anyone else because,
oh,
they've lived on this
obviously
land a lot longer.
that's very true.
And then there's like a foraging book that you can buy, like a little handbook. I got to get copies of it, to be honest.
Well, that's a good idea. And I mean, that's just a good idea in general processes anyway, because knowing what you can do and eat and or use, depending on if you use it for medicinal purposes, obviously, a lot can be done, needs to be done depending on the situation, because you don't know what the situation is going to be and why.
Yeah.
So you might bug in because you're already on work on a farm, and say something happens and you get stuck at the farm and the family you work for can't make it. That leaves you in charge of the entire place.
I'm in charge of the entire place right now, Colan.
Well, I meant in a grid down, world ending type situation. You be like
Yeah,
basically
I wouldn't be sticking around here. I'd be going inland.
where there's more resources, probably. Is that
Less resources, but you're away from any major city.
That's a good point. Location may be the big key of why you're bugging out. This is why I don't live in a major metropolis such as Des Moines, because
Yeah,
there's over
I'm
100
not in.
people there, and I can't. There's no way we can do anything there.
I'm not in a major city, and the nearest major city is Perth, and that's 3 hours away. But you've still got a city about 15-20 minute drive away, which is Bunbury.
How many people?
Honestly, don't know. A lot.
I've heard of Umbry.
Bunbury, Bunbury.
Bunbury? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still a substantial spot, but, I don't want to, if something goes downhill, I don't want to be near, like, cities or towns. I want to be out where I can control a lot more things and not have to worry about, the neighbours turning on me.
Yeah. According to Wikipedia, that place has over 76,452 people as of back in 21. That is going to be significantly increased in the last 3 years, obviously. But I can understand why your need to even a 3 hour trip, whether it be by bicycle, by car, or whatever vehicle mode of transportation they use, is still too close for a bug out
Yeah,
situation.
exactly.
I'm sure you're going to go get your family first, and then bug out as a family one way or the other to protect yourselves and
Yeah.
protect your puppy as well.
So that's a decision that I need to make whether or not I bring him along because he ain't a quiet boy.
No, he's not. But that can
So
also
I
be
need
a
to,
detriment as well as a positive, because if he's barking up a storm, nothing was going to come near him.
yeah, but it also gives my position away of where I
That,
am.
that's for humans, that gives you away. But for animals, that might keep some of the
Yeah, but I
detriment.
don't have to worry about bears or tigers or mountain lions or anything like that. All
The
I have to
dingo.
worry about are not down where I am, no.
There's no dingoes in your vicinity, in your province.
No,
Okay, I wasn't
no.
sure. I don't. Like I said, I don't
They,
know your terrain as much as you know. That's why I'm being honest about it. I don't know. But the only things I really know is what Steve taught me when he was alive,
yeah.
and that wasn't enough by a long shot. But I did learn a lot. Um,
No, Steve was the best person to ask. In all honesty, he knew
was
a
a
lot of
teacher.
things. He was also pretty tight knit with the Indigenous, and they know a lot as well. And they
Yeah.
should honestly be given more credit than what they're given with a lot of things. They really should.
Okay. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for what I'm going to say next, but please forgive me because they actually talked about this a bit in the movie Crocodile Dundee 2, I think. They talked more about the indigenous tribes than most.
Yeah.
Not as much. I mean, I'm not trying to make fun of them or anything like that because they knew what to do way more than some. But they also made the point out the fact that not all indigenous people are, well, a few of them went modern. I'm not sure what else.
Well, no, a lot of people or a lot of the Indigenous have gone modern and they're relying on
Electricity and plumbing and
tax
all that.
funded money and they think they have a lot more rights than any other person on or in Australia, but that comes with time. There's a lot of elders that are far few between, and
Yeah,
they're
lost a lot of
they're
elders over the years.
yeah, they're dying out, and just
That's
these
sad.
days a lot of them are like you go into a lot of most Indigenous towns and it's a dry town. You're not allowed to take alcohol in there. You're not allowed to take
Oh,
certain other things in there because that's all. Like when I lived in South Headland, and it's no hate to a lot of people, but
right.
when I lived in South Headland, man, every time it was pension day or payday, they were just lining the sides of the road, sitting in their little circles, drinking alcohol, getting violent. The amount of times, the cops were called because they were full on bluing and
Right.
people's places are getting robbed and cars are being stolen and taken on joyrides. And a lot of the kids don't have structure in their life and they get away with freaking everything and they think it's
Because they're old.
fine to do.
They
And
think
that's
they're old.
that's not just Indigenous, that's us as well.
Right. Say hi to
But
Cecilia.
they
She just came in.
yeah. Oh, hi Cecilia, I thought I said hi.
Hi, Mandy. No, I just waited for you to finish.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay. Let me explain to you my situation. Because of my health issues, it would be really dumb of me to bug out.
oh,
Okay.
right.
I use a
Absolutely.
walker. I take too much medication. I have to have incontinence pads and everything else. So for
Right.
me to bug out is really not a good idea.
It's
But,
not an option.
but I am setting up a bug out bag. Reason that I'm setting up a bug out bag is because The items in a bug out bag will be much more appropriate than the stuff that I have at home. At home, for example, the bug out pots and pans are a lot easier to maintain than cast iron. Cast iron, there would be no way for me to reseason it, and plus, if I'm reseasoning it, I'm letting everybody and anybody know my location. So, to have a bug out bag type of deal means that I can take one room of my house and I can make it as my bug out location and just have my bug out equipment.
That makes
So I
sense.
would have my heating unit. I would have my
You'd have everything that you need.
right, and I would condense it into a much smaller location. That way, I wouldn't have to heat it. Now, water. I have water,
Sort of
which
like a
I
safe room type of
yeah,
situation.
like a safe room, and plus, um, when I moved in, I haven't unpacked a lot of my stuff. So a lot of my stuff is still in boxes. My windows I had replaced a number of years ago. They're the triple pane ones,
The
very
good
hard
ones,
to
yeah.
break. I have wood in the back, fencing woods that I could block off my windows. My doors are all steel doors. I can easily move the cupboard that I have in the front that I store some of my stuff. I can block my doorway, even though it's a steel door. Right beside the steel door, I have a baseball bat. Um, Now, I also have different size canes. I have right beside the front door is my living room. Now, because I live in an older home, it's not open concept. It's all closed in. Inside the living room, I've got two swords. Okay. Not far away from there is my dining room. Again, full of knives. Into my kitchen, full of knives. Now, they're not your standard knives, but they are kitchen knives. I've
Hey,
got
there's nothing
pointy,
wrong with
I got
kitchen knives. They
stainless
still work
steel.
just like everything else.
I've got my mom's old set, which are I keep them sharpened. And my back door is again a steel door. The door to the basement is a steel door. No one can climb on my porch, and if they try, eh, next thing I'm getting is some barbed wire for the top of the porch roof. So, um, my only concern is defense. That's my main thing I'm working on.
Well,
Um,
that's with what you were just stating with the your steel doors and the possibility of adding your barbed wire and things like that.
yeah,
Those are defense. You are working on it already. Um, I am not an expert in this field, no way, shape, or form. But I would make a couple more concessions. Is that you need to worry about your sanitation and water situation because you're bugging in, and if the grid down situation goes, means water will stop and sanitation will stop. So you
I
need to
have
figure.
water already collected that I've collected that I've purified. I've got 6 Brita filters
Okay,
to filter out my water. I also have water pills. I also have bleach, the not um, the lemon scented, but the regular bleach that could be used for sanitation.
yep,
I've
yes, you're
got
right.
the old fashioned water heaters, which has 250 gallons worth of water. Now, I also have on my third floor, I have a flat top roof. Very easy to take some 5 gallon buckets, put it up there so when it rains, the water goes in. I collect water already to do water my plants. I also have a fire hydrant right at the front of my house. Okay. All I have to do is tap into that. That's the one major thing I have to get is the special wrench that the fire department uses to open up the
A
water.
spigot.
Right.
No,
Okay.
spigot?
So I've got different ways of
Well,
collecting.
it's an old school fire hydrant that you always see in the movies, Andy. So
Oh, okay.
they take a special wrench to open them up for when they use it for fire, putting out fires and such. One opens it up, the other top one turns the water on.
Yeah. Well, don't forget too. I have a 3-story cherry tree, which is you know the cherries on it right now is green. So during the summer, it might not be the best thing to eat every single day, but I've got cherry trees.
You
I've
have
got
some
uh,
food, yes.
I've got the starts of raspberry bushes growing. I've got strawberries. When the animals don't get at them, that's the only problem. Is I have a lot of squirrels and raccoons. But then I've also got my bow. I also just got my slingshot.
You have your crossbow too.
I have my crossbow. So um, it's not something um, I'm looking forward to in regards to meat. I'm not a large meat eater. Finances meat is a little hard to get. Mind you, I've got a
Understandable.
freezer full of stuff that I have to can. So
You do
I'm
can a
talking
lot, right?
about stuff that I can back in 2019.
You can a lot, correct?
Pardon?
You can your food.
I can it. I pressure can it.
Okay. Do
So
you
like
have a
I'm.
dehydrator as well, or no?
Pardon?
Do you have a food dehydrator?
I've got three.
Okay. I'm just making sure. All you have to do is say yes. I don't need an actual number because we don't want to give those
I've
numbers
got
out.
dehydrators. I've got two ways of what you call it,
All right, Molly.
vacuum sealing them. I can vacuum seal them in bags, or I can vacuum seal them in jars. I have either possibilities. I've got three ways of doing that. In regards to water, I've got oh, I do what you do, Colin. I went out and I saw someone throwing out like a 10-gallon, two jugs of what used to have contain oil. I washed them out, rinsed them out, water in them. When it comes to the jugs
Nope.
that you buy
Lost
vinegar with or
Mandy.
oil with, I wash them out, clean them up, put water in them. So I've got them stashed all over the house. Plus, I have the traditional um, water bottles that you buy in the store.
Yep, that's a good idea. I like your water collection from the roof. That's a very good idea, especially when you need to use it for sanitation and hydration purposes, cooking as well as drinking. So that's um, for a bug-in situation. That is as best as you can possibly do without having more than one person. So you are at the height that you can do physically and financially and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
kudos to you, Cecilia.
Oh, good night, Molly. Sorry, I just saw it. But no, in regards to bugging out, I'm doing the same thing as if a person was bugging out. I'm collecting the same type of stuff, so that I can go into one room and have everything that I need. I've got the folding saw. I've got the hacksaw. I've got the only thing is my chainsaw went and got legs, but I've got different ways of cutting wood. I'm still in a area that still has a lot of trees, so
Right.
in regards to getting wood, not a problem. In Unfortunately, I have a fake fireplace. It's not a real one. I wish I had a real one, but I
Unfortunately,
have ways of heating up, like your little stoves.
I've got like four
Also,
different types of stoves. Yeah.
yeah. Also, the candles with the ceramic pots. I've got the
Right.
ceramic pots. I've got the candles, and you don't even need that because all you have to do is put candles around, and candles will automatically heat up a room.
That's true. As well as oil lamps will heat up a room just as well. But unfortunately, they also brighten up a room that you make sure you block the light out from the inside out, like blackout curtains
Oh,
to
I got blackout curtains.
yeah to protect from being seen from outside.
Yeah, I've got blackout curtains. And there's another thing. I can't bug out because most of my blankets I've knitted. So they're heavy suckers. So when it comes
Well,
to
when you
being
do a good
cold,
job, so you do a good job. You're not going to do anything halfway.
yeah. So like I've got a closet full of knitted items that I've made. Besides what I've made and given away, or a few that I've sold, and the ones that I've sold, I've only sold for the cost of what it costs me for the yarn. I'm not making any profit when it comes to friends.
I
I've
understand
made some
completely.
that I've sold to other people. Again, they're few and far between because my health lately, it takes me a long time. I've been working on a blanket now for 4 months. Right now, I'm on the 20th uh, skein of yarn because I'm making it super long. It's not going to be a heavy one. I make them light and I make them heavy. I prefer heavy because I like the weight. And if it's
Oh yeah,
on a
you keep warmer
bug
then.
out situation, I want the heat retained and I want to feel the warmth.
Understandable.
So
The only thing I could go ahead.
I'm not too concerned about heating up the whole house. I actually, well, I used to love it being cold and being under blankets. So, in regards to people getting cold, not worried about it. I can easily block out the one window that I'm thinking of in the room. So I'm not worried, uh, you know, about being cold. Plus the door, stuff some other blanket uh, along the edge of the door so it does no cold comes from any of the other rooms. Plus the
Cecilia,
only room that I would actually have to heat would be the room that I would grow my own food. And in
right.
that regards, I have 10 bags of soil as a prep in order to grow stuff. I have
You could
12
probably grow stuff on your roof if you really had
yeah,
to.
I have 12 containers or pots that I can grow food in. Not to mention that, you know, a lot of the stuff I have in those, I don't know, those big moving boxes, the black ones with the yellow lid, I can easily remove the stuff out of that and use that to plant.
Yeah,
That's another thing. When people are bugging in, they got to remember that sometimes you can't go outside for anything. So you have to be prepared to have soil and everything else in the house.
welcome
Um,
back, Mandy.
so
Sorry, I had to deal
So
with a
you're
few
waiting on a
things
truck.
quickly.
You're waiting on a
Yeah.
truck. So that's understand. I knew that. Um, but there's one thing that South is making a point, Cecilia, is that make sure you don't give out too many details about what you have, because if someone understands it and they figure out where you're at, they know
well,
how to
you
get
know
around.
what? Just you guys know, and I've not mentioned this to anyone else. Um, Plus, I live in Canada. I don't think you guys from the U.S. are going to come all the way up here to take my stuff.
No, I
Oh,
wish
you
I
never
knew where
know.
you're at, but I don't need to know. It's none of my business. It's like I have an idea where Mandy's at, but do I know exactly? No, I don't,
You
because I
should
don't
do
need to
because
know.
I've
And you know
sent you
what?
my
If you
address.
think you can come, try it. You know what? I might be in pain and I might not be able to move, but you piss me off,
Oh yeah.
and it doesn't matter how much pain I'm in, you're going to get hit. And if
Well,
you're a man, protect your family jewels because that's the first place I'm going to go for.
I was going to have a quick question for you, Cecilia. Do you have any family members that might seek you out?
My daughter lives in Florida. My son is out west, and my daughter's up north. The only one that would probably come to me would be my daughter and her boyfriend that are up north. But then again, I've got more than enough food. Um,
So you could support them, and they could help out with everything as well, if that was a possibility. So you do have.
I have enough food, okay, for 3 people for 3 months without any problems whatsoever. I've got the meat, I've got the vegetables, the rice. Um, the only thing I'm missing is pasta because unfortunately that's what I've been eating a lot of is pasta.
Right.
But in regards to the other stuff, I've had stuff canned from, like I said, I'm just using stuff that was 2019.
Right. You mentioned that before
Yeah,
on a
like I
previous
haven't
podcast.
been all that well, but I do need to can. But then again, when I can, I'm canning basic. I'm canning basic meat and chicken, potatoes, carrots, and vegetables. And then
Any
I have
flour
others
or
where I've actually
cornstarch or
made.
anything like that?
I've made the dinners. I've made beef stew, chicken stew. I've made chili. I've made curry chicken. I've made buttered chicken.
Any
Um,
jerky?
pardon?
Any homemade jerky?
Um, no, I have some turkey to can, but I
I
turkey.
said jerky, Cecilia, not
No,
turkey.
no.
Unless you want to make turkey jerky, that's a whole different thing.
I had jerky packed away, but unfortunately, as I said, when I moved back here, I hadn't unpacked everything, and with the construction next door, I got some vermin, and
Oh,
unfortunately, the vermin got into the stuff that was not in jars,
oh, okay.
and the jerky was not in jars. So
It was decimated. Okay, makes sense.
so I no longer have jerky.
Okay,
But again, it's not something that I eat all the time. I had kept it, for someone else. But again, I'm not going to can something if I'm not going to eat it. It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of my money.
it's like me when I don't plan on growing anything I won't eat. Yes, some foods are great for trade or great for other things, but I'm not going to grow anything in a garden that I won't even touch. So I won't grow anything with tree nuts. I won't touch because I can't. Like mushrooms, I can't. So I don't do those. But yeah, very good, well thought out plan, Cecilia.
Yeah. I've
Thank
got
you.
stuff I've been looking online. I have not canned butter before. And I've been looking at people canning butter, but I've got enough butter in the freezer to last a while.
Right. Mandy, how'd your little delivery go?
Yeah, good, good. I'm in the car driving. Ah,
Be careful, okay?
oh, you're on hands free. I've got the um earbuds in.
Mandy, you're driving on the wrong side of the road. Stop it.
Driving on the right side. You're on the wrong side.
Well, let me say this. I've got a couple of people that help me out, so they know I have supplies. If it comes down to them, if they want to come here and if they're willing to help, I'm willing to share. You
Good idea.
you got to work for it. You're not going to come here and sit on your ass and eat my supplies. If you're going to come here, you're going to do something. Either you're going to help plant or you're going to help be security. And one of the guys works part time as a security guard. So
There you go.
in that regards, I don't mind him being here because he does security, so that works in his favor. But no Tom, Dick, and Harry is going to show up. I don't allow people to come into my house because um, I don't want people to know what I have.
You don't.
There's
Okay.
Well,
only
that's
So
fair enough.
people that know.
that's
My
fair.
doctor who came here for a home visit knows, because she saw my stuff because, like I said, the way I've been lately is pretty bad. So I've been buying a lot of my stuff and I just buy those plastic containers, which I have in my front hall. And as the stuff comes in, I load into, the different containers that it needs to go into. So when it comes to um, first aid kits, I've got first aid kits in 3 of the rooms. I've expanded it where I just got my thermometer. I've got something to listen to your heart with. I got what is it called? The
Blood
thing
pressure cup.
that you wrap around your arm to stop bleeding.
A tourniquet.
Tourniquet.
Tourniquet kit. I've got surgical kit. Okay. Um, I'm not close to water, but a few years ago I bought a folding uh, reel and rod. So
Just
I've
because
got
you
everything,
can't
and
make
if
it
I'm
out to
not
go
going to
do those
use it,
things,
I hopefully someone, if I have someone here, someone can use it. The lake is about 15 minutes away from me. Lake Ontario, the fish won't probably be that great, but you know what? When you're desperate, you'll eat it.
some fish is better than no fish. But
Yeah,
that's my
again,
opinion.
I used to love to fish. I used to have so much gear it wasn't funny. I no longer have it. So Over the years, I pick up little things.
I've actually got a new fishing rod that Jenny picked up for me last week. I talked
Yeah, you
about this.
showed it in one of your lives. The folding one, the extendable one.
Yep, it's this one right here.
Yeah, see, I got rid of all of my fishing stuff and my compound bow and all of that because, you
Okay, well, the thing is, this right here was at my workplace. They for $2. This is a 5 foot
know, but now I don't have. So I've
expandable.
got re-
And last Friday, when Jenny picked it up for me, it was half off day. It was like $1 something. We got it for less than $1.
restock.
Huh?
Then, oh, you back?
Okay,
Am I back? Am I back?
that was quick.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, well,
This
I
is
went through a dead spot.
a little hole for a kit right there. Just to let you guys know. So, but they cut these things go from 5 foot all the way up to 6'2" for less than $2. I'm gonna be picking up a bunch of these when I can on Friday.
Colin, did you see Sal's thing about ghee?
I don't know what it is, so I can't answer.
Ghee
I
is
love ghee.
purified butter.
I still don't understand it.
It's butter that's been purified without a lot of the fat.
You can use it for cooking. I use it to cook my curries.
I've
It has
heard
a
of it,
really
but
nice
I don't know
flavour
much
to it.
about it. Let me check my books that I have. I've heard of it, but
Oh, that's another thing that preppers forget, or a few preppers forget, not the hardcore. Your spices.
Pepper is my favorite one.
No, I mean spices. I mean, I've got containers,
Chili powder and
almost
cumin.
every single spice that there is. And there goes Mandy.
We lost.
I mean,
No, that was me. Sorry, Mandy.
Wow, Colin. Wow.
I put my book down on my laptop, so bear with me.
Wow, Colin.
I love you too, and you know it.
Oh, before I lose complete connection, I don't think I will. I need to talk to you over the weekend, Cecilia, because apparently I can do international transfers through my bank. I just don't know what the process of it is. So I might need certain details off you so I can send you this money. Oh, Cindy.
Nope, that's not in these books. I've got 2 books that I'm looking at right now: my Army Survival Manual, as well as the Bushcraft 101 manual. And I don't see that.
Did you hear me, Cecilia?
pardon, Mandy?
She's going to contact you later this weekend about interbank transfers.
Yeah, no problem. I've got a box here. Unfortunately, getting up and out is a
I
little
think
difficult.
it's me that's playing up.
I'm trying to find someone to actually go for me to the post office. I've got it all nicely packed, sitting here, and it's just like the weather has been crappy. I mean, I had 2 solid weeks of straight rain, and then I planned to go out, and all of a sudden it starts raining. And last time I went raining, I had my big, huge umbrella, and between the rain and the wind, it sort of took my umbrella and broke it to pieces.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's a little hard when I've got a box trying to take it in my walker and go
No,
by
fair enough.
transit.
As I said, just send it
Pardon?
when you can.
Oh no, I got to get it out of here because, like I told you, I'm trying to sort through things slowly. Plus, um, my daughter finally paid me some of the money that I loaned her. So with the money that
Oh,
she's been
nice.
giving me, it's not everything, but it's a little portion. So what I've been doing is I've been going into Timu and picking up more preps that unfortunately got legs during my move. So I just got my mortar and pestle. I had a plastic
I got
one,
one of
but I
those.
wanted the actual hard crapola. So again, spices. I've got the ground pepper. I've got peppercorns. But in order to do it, I've got the pepper mill. I've got different ways of breaking it down, and one of them was I wanted a mortar and pestle, so I just got my mortar and pestle.
Yeah. I got a marble one, mortar and pestle.
I've got a marble one as well.
Yeah,
What are you
I got one
doing?
that's supposed to be marble, so I haven't
Um,
tested
Don't
it
you
yet,
cross
but
the
I just got it.
road?
I've heard of ghee, but I mean, I've been looking at the definition of ghee and all that stuff. It doesn't look good to me, but it also says it's also good. It leads to clogging your arteries faster. So I got to be careful with that because I already had that issue. So I may try to avoid that if I
Yeah,
can.
ghee's better than that stuff that you use.
Oh,
That
it's better than
I can't
margarine
I
any
can't
day.
believe it's not butter or whatever it's called you
That's all
use.
margarine stuff. That's all processed. But I'm about real butter, made churned butter is better than that. Obviously, anything natural is better than that. Except there's the kind you make yourself from real cow's milk or goat's milk or any milk for that matter will be salt free, obviously. So it may not
Yeah,
taste the same.
unfortunately, there's no cows in. Well, actually, there's a Riverdale farm that's about an hour away from me that has cows, pigs, and everything else. But I doubt it very much that it will be there for very long. With if shit hits
Oh
the
yeah,
fan,
that'll probably be one of the first
go
places
in
hit.
there and take whatever they want. So yeah, I've got the powdered milk, and when I can't get real milk or go out and get milk, powdered milk, here it comes.
Powdered milk. Okay, I grew up on powdered milk. Just saying, because we were really poor, and that's what we could afford. Because of that, I developed a vitamin D deficiency called rickets in my lower legs, which was basically bowing of my lower legs. It bowed my knee, my from my knees to my ankles, my shins so much that I lost an inch in height. I should be an inch taller, but because I'm the rickets, I am not. So be
Well,
careful
that's
with
another thing.
powdered milk.
That's another thing. Vitamins. I've got the vitamin D's. I've got the calcium. I've got the magnesium.
Oh, we lost Mandy again. I didn't do anything this time.
Yeah, no, because of my sleep patterns that I'm sleep during the day and up all night. I'm not getting my vitamin D. So yeah, I take a lot of vitamin D.
You use
Again,
sun lamps, Cecilia?
pardon, pardon.
Sun lamps.
Again, money wise, not affordable. Plus, the electricity here is
The hydro
totally
fees are
atrocious.
probably through the roof then if you did that. So yeah, probably not a good idea. Well,
Yeah,
just option. I mean, well, let's see. If
pardon.
you had solar panels, that would make things a lot easier. But you don't.
I've got the Jackery
Yeah,
that comes with the two solar panels.
since you said you had access to your roof, that's where you can charge them. That's a good spot. I was asking you earlier. I'm not sure if you heard me though. If you could plant a small rooftop garden if necessary.
Yeah. The only thing is, would be a problem of getting out there. I would have to climb through the window. That's
If
the
you
only
end up
access. So
if you
I'm going to
end up
have
with
to
help,
build myself some sort of ladder on both sides in order to get on the roof.
well, like you said before, if you end up with help, you could have the one of those people help you do that because if you're not physically able to do something, they will be able to. And by helping you, they're helping themselves, and vice versa. So that's always, a bonus.
Well, I've
Um,
got an upstairs kitchen upstairs that has a light coming in, and that's where I usually keep my house plants. But I could move my house plants around and use that room for growing. Plus, the cherry tree is right in front of it, so leaving it with no curtains wouldn't matter because the cherry tree blocks the view into the house.
yeah, me and Doug are putting down powdered milk. I'm sorry to say.
You know what? It's not bad.
No, but we both grew up on it. That's the only reason why. It's just a matter of experience. Mine, because I had my health detriments because of it. I mean, we went 100% powdered only, no regular milk, no vitamin D enhanced milk or anything like that until I was like 12. So my formative years were all on powdered milk. So that's why I'm a little bit down on the powdered milk stuff. Does it work? Yes. Can you cook with it? Yes. Does it need vitamin enhancement? You better believe it does. But my family didn't do that, and that's what I ended up with. It's not a bad thing. It's just my personal experience.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I keep powdered milk as a prep.
it's a great prep. It does work, but doing it 100% of the time for all milk things is not healthy. You need, like you said, you needed your vitamin supplements because without them, things like what I had does come prevalent. It's not something I wish on anybody, but rickets physically hurts badly, especially when I was first joining the military and I had to wear combat boots for the first time. My legs were so freaking bowed, I had trouble walking. I had to learn how to, hike and march in boots that my legs were not straight. But I eventually got over that and I learned from that. So I know you can cook with it really well. I know it mixes really well with certain recipes, better than some. But if you have a better experience with it, I'm actually happy for you. Because, I mean, I just had a negative.
I've only used it, I don't know, a few times. Like I said, when I ran out of milk.
Right.
Normally, I'll buy milk and I'll keep it in the freezer and just take out, because ours is in bags. I'll just take out a bag when I need it.
That's what my mom and dad used to do. My dad used to work away from home a lot growing up. Literally, like the other side of the state. Every day, he'd get up early in the morning to drive across the state to go to work, then come home at night. And because of that, when I told everybody that I used to have to hunt and fish a lot, there's another reason why if we didn't, we didn't have it. So it's a good prep. It's a very awesome product. Don't, just because I had a negative experience doesn't mean you should not. So please use it if you got it. If I had some, I would use it for stuff. I just don't want to use it like dependent on it.
Also, in regards to salt, I've got 3 different types of salt. I got the Himalayan pink salt, I got the regular table salt, and I've got the sea salt.
We have 2 of those. We do have Himalayan salt lamps of various kinds in the house, but we can turn into regular salt if we needed to by using some grinding.
Oh no, I've got the actual salt.
Oh, it is salt. You can use it. It's just that those little salt lamps you put candles in, big rocks of it. It's just the fact is, if that would be our last ditch effort if we needed any. But we do have sea salt. We have regular ionized table salt. We got the Morton's stuff. I prefer the sea salt, but that's me. But I don't use a lot of sea salt in general because I grew up on a very low sodium diet. Because of my little sister had kidney issues, and my mom had to cook with a low sodium diet for her. So we all ate the same thing because there was nothing else to eat. So I got used to it. So I prefer pepper over salt. I know my body needs salt, but I don't go out of my way for it.
Well, they say when you have high blood pressure, to cut back on your salt. So I cut back on my salt a lot.
I've always been a low salt user anyway. But the thing is, they say reduce your salt intake. I don't have a salt intake. I have pepper intake. I mean, Mrs. Dash. I'm not sure if you can get it where you're at, Cecilia, but that is basically a conglomerate of all the really good seasonings into one thing, and it's the only thing it doesn't have is salt. But you can get it in the big economy size containers, and I use it for everything. If I bake something, it goes on there. If I cook something, it goes in there because it's got everything I need except salt.
No, I've heard of it. I personally have not used it myself. I have different containers, and when I season, I take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and mix it all together and cook with it.
Yeah, Mrs. Dash comes in various flavors that you might find interesting. They have 12 different types. Give me a second here. They have like lemon pepper. Give me a second here. Southwest Chipotle, table blend, which is Fiesta lime, extra spicy, chicken, basil, garlic, tomato, basil, garlic, steak, original, garlic and herb, Italian medley, onion and herb. That's a lot.
Well, again, I got to get into my garden, and I haven't been able to because, like I said on a few lives,
It's
my
been raining.
neighbors been going into my yard and made it a big mess. But
I
no,
bet.
I got to do my basil and all my other stuff in order to dehydrate it, um, in order to can it. But then again, I'll go to the store and I will buy um, the little small containers of different spices. Those I've kept as my preps, but then I'll keep big jars. I'll go and I'll get like the massive jars and I'll break it down to into smaller jars. The same way as um, I didn't have enough fruit, so what I went is I bought the big, huge raspberry and strawberry jars, and I just cut them down to manageable sizes so that if I open it up, um, it's something that I will use, within a week or so, rather than having an open jar of something that can easily spoil. So sometimes my preps might not be something that I've grown, but something that I've bought, and then I'll just can it into more manageable sizes.
Oh yeah,
Unfortunately, a lot of preppers out there are picking up items and vacuum sealing them or canning them in large containers. Uh, I think that's a no because once you open it, you have to use it all before it goes bad. So what I like to do is I like to make it into smaller. I've got a few items like beans and stuff that's in the bigger containers that I've canned when I first started canning. The same way with flour. Um, Now, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it in a more manageable so that if I open it up and use it, it's not going to spoil as fast.
right. But there's certain things that doesn't spoil, or if you open it, if it's kept dry and in a really nice, the right spot, sugar will not go bad.
No, but flour will.
Flour can. Salt will not go bad. Um, but then again, not everybody uses salt at the same rate. Pepper, basically pepper won't go bad if it's kept dry. A lot of the things will be better if they just kept dry. Um, but the one, let's see, what's the one? Flour, like you said. Cornmeal is another one you have to worry about. I don't know about baking powder or baking soda. I know that
Will go bad.
I know for a fact honey will not.
Oh no, honey will last forever.
Yeah. So honey's always on the good spot. I have showed you some honey I picked up for Jenny in those little containers. Oh, please forgive me.
Again,
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that there, Doug.
prepping is different for different people. Okay,
Right.
you've
It
For
has to be.
those of us who have had money issues, we've always prepped in one form or another. When we found something on sale, we would always stock up on it because, finances were hard. You have those that do it to save money. Then you've got the extremists
Oh yeah.
that will go out and buy the packaged food, and they'll spend 50 or 60,000 on the packaged food. Now,
We didn't
some
call
of
it
those
prepping growing up.
packages,
We
from
just
what I
called it.
hear, some of them are good, some of them are a piece of crap.
Oh yeah.
Plus, who wants to eat the same crap every single day?
Right. Well, when I was growing up, we didn't call it prepping. We were just, as what we could do. Getting food when we had it, when we had the money to get it. And that's why, like I said, we did a lot of hunting and fishing growing up. Not because we wanted to, because we had to. We did do it within seasons because we didn't do any illegal poaching or anything like that. But fishing, as a kid, you didn't need an adult with you all the time to go. When you had a pole and you're going down to the river, just catch a couple catfish and bring it home. Just as long as you got enough to feed everybody. I will let you guys know that in about 13 minutes, I will be shutting down at 10 o'clock because I need to get some sleep, obviously. But I like, Cecilia, thank you for coming up. I really appreciate it. You're awesome. I
No
learned a lot.
problem. I'm surprised my internet has held up this long.
You've had a really good connection. So way to go. I'm not sure if you heard, but I finally made my my quota for being paid by YouTube. Finally.
Good for you.
So this will be my second paycheck from YouTube, but it took me over 2 years to do it. First one took less than 6 months. The second one took a little longer. This next one, it's going to probably take a lot longer, but unless I get lucky.
Well,
But
I'm going to have to jump down because
okay.
I'll
probably end up a little
at Wheel of Death.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate you for coming and all your information that you gave us, Cecilia.
Anytime. Take it easy.
You too. Oh, yeah. Okay, folks. I'm going to be running it down because I am a little tired. I need to go tuck in Jenny, and I need to pick up my gear here. That way I make sure everything's copacetic before I go to bed. Doug, awesome information. No, I won't do anything political because it's just not who I am. But you do have some really good information. Yes, I did hear that one before. That's a good information. Honey is always good. Like I said, unless something is in a moist or damp situation, most stuff will be maintained indefinitely. Nice, Cecilia. Thank you for coming. Doug, I am going to be cutting it out here now. So thank you guys all for coming. I really appreciate it. I love you. And this is Colin. I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully at my normal time at 7 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to be out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2,